Hey guys, it's Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then I post singing videos, covers, and other music related content on my other channel, Music by Ally. And on this channel, I post challenges, story times, all that jazz, so subscribe, join the Ally crew. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. If you watched my last video, then I kind of explained that I'm going to be doing this mini-series called Advice for Upcoming Middle Schoolers because middle school is a really hard time and I've been through it. And I've experienced a lot in my time in middle school, so I just wanted to share some of the things that I've been through and how I've learned from them. And so when other people go through similar things, then they can probably refer back to some of this advice. Last video, I just gave a little intro and talked a little bit about how middle school is just different in general, like with the whole workload and just kind of the rules. So today I'm going to be talking about something that kind of hits a little deeper, which is toxic or fake friends. I'm going to start by saying that middle school is probably one of the places that you're most likely to encounter fake friends. Because in elementary school, it's kind of like this thing where everybody's friends with everybody. And then high school, by then people have already kind of found their clique. Like, there are still fake people in high school, but I feel like you see it more in middle school. Middle school is when everybody's trying to find themselves. And a lot of people may even come across as fake without even, like, realizing that they're being, like, catty towards you. I'm just going to share a few experiences that I've had, and if you have an experience that resembles this, then they're probably fake. Before I get into talking about fake people, I want to just talk about the fact that something that's found to happen in middle school is that friendships are going to drift. Not all friendships. It doesn't mean that, like, your best friend since kindergarten won't be your best friend, but a lot of friendships change because people are meeting all sorts of new people and finding out, like, where they really fit in. When it first started happening to me with one of my closest friends, then I was, like, really sad about it. Like, I remember coming home and just crying about it. But you learn to accept it because not only are they going to grow apart, you're going to grow apart too, and you're going to start finding new friends. And some of those people that I used to be super close with, I still keep in touch with them, but we're just not as close as we used to be, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy to grow apart from them, but it's just a kind of natural thing as you both grow up. So I just wanted to say it will be okay. You will find new friends. It's fine. Now into the people who I'm not so great with. I did have somebody that I talked to. I'm not going to be saying any names in this video, but this person would constantly criticize things about me. And that's kind of how a lot of my fake friends worked. If somebody is constantly pointing out flaws of yours, and not in a caring way, in things you can't even change, or things that you don't control, or just like saying subtle remarks about your wardrobe, what makes you feel comfortable, or about your body, about your skin, about your hair, about you. If they're constantly doing this and saying, I'm just telling you as a friend, you need it, that's a red flag right there. First of all, a real friend wouldn't care that much about what you're wearing, unless you guys are close to that point that you're like family, and you're wearing something that's like super wacko, and they're just trying to like, just kind of say like, hey, that's, like, you look crazy, and just like looking out for you. But I think that, like, most people can tell a difference between just a friend looking out for you and somebody just being, like, toxic. I've had to deal with several people who have claimed to be my friend, and then they just turn around and then they'll, like, out of the blue just start criticizing things about me. I've been body shamed for being skinny. I'm not, like, a stick figure, but I have fast metabolism. Trust me, I eat a lot, but it just doesn't always show on me. And people have tried to come at me for that reason and just telling me about how I'm so flat and stuff. First of all, guys, if you're in middle school and you're flat, that is totally okay, because you're only like 11, 12, or 14, and you're still going through puberty. Like, you don't need to have C cups when you're like that young. Like, it's okay if you don't have a big booty. It did bother me at a point, but I've learned to accept my body, and I love my body right now. You should love your bodies just for how they are, and don't let anybody be constantly saying that there's something wrong with it. Another red flag is that the person they're claiming to be your friend, but when they're around their other friends, they'll act differently around you, or they'll just completely neglect you. I've had to deal with this with more than one person. If they're acting cool in front of their other friends and they treat you like less than, because I had somebody who was constantly doing that to me, then you need to drop them. And personally, because I'm somebody who doesn't like to start conflicts, then I will just let it happen. But it's just dumb of me because I let people walk over me. But I've learned from that experience, and I've learned to just let go of some people. And if somebody walks out of your life, then, and like they were being toxic, my sister always told me, just consider the trash taking itself out for you. If somebody comes out of your life and they were a toxic person in general, do not chase after them. Don't be like, oh my gosh, why did this person have to leave me? Like, it's a good thing that they left you. They weren't working for you, and they saved you the situation of having to confront them yourself, which is a good thing because I've had that happen too. My advice in this situation, if you're like me and you don't really want to cause a major conflict, I would talk to a mutual friend about it, but like somebody who you trust, to not go back to the person. And this is not saying to just be discussing the person behind their back, but like I would just discuss the situation, kind of talk about it since they're a friend of both of us, and ask them to assess the situation. And I would like seek advice from them. Or if I like really just don't want to talk to anybody about it because I'm scared that one person is going to tell the supposedly fake friend about it, then I would just subtly drift away, because that has also worked for me. If I just can tell that they're not working out for me as a friend. So that's a major thing. Another thing is that if your friend, this is kind of like the thing about neglecting you, but this is all like more like your friend like is willing to drop you for any opportunity to be more popular, that's another sign that you don't really need them as a friend. Personally, I don't care about popularity. I feel like it's all kind of a cliche thing you see in movies. Like, there are popular kids, but there's not really a clique of people who just walk down the hall and heads turn. Like, I feel like that's just something they try to exaggerate in movies. I don't think that actually happens in real life. Maybe it does at other schools, but not really at my school. But there are definitely those it kids, and if you're somebody like me who's just kind of like not really part of one of those groups, don't feel bad about it. I love the group of friends that I have. You don't need to have popular friends to be validated. First of all, you don't need anybody else's validation but your own and God's validation. When you go to college, or when you're trying to get a degree and like get a job, they're not going to give a flying fish about whether or not you were popular in grade school. I'm just gonna close with the advice of identify who your real friends are, because there are some angels that I have met in middle school. Don't feel bad if you're not popular, because popularity is really just something that people raise on a pedestal that really isn't that great. Don't let fake people's words get to your head. Like, don't let it make you look differently at yourself. Like, know that you're a queen or a king, and if somebody is trying to convince you differently, drop them, because real friends are supposed to hype you up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to like and subscribe, and tune into the next video. I love you guys, and I'm out.